The world watched with bated breath as President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy met on March 1, 2025. The highly anticipated meeting was expected to address critical issues, including the ongoing conflict in eastern Ukraine and potential economic cooperation. Instead, the meeting was marred by discord, with President Trump publicly criticizing President Zelenskyy. The spectacle unfolded as a stark reminder of the deep divisions that have come to characterize the global political landscape. The meeting, initially intended to solidify ties between the two nations, quickly devolved into a public display of animosity. President Trump, known for his unpredictable demeanor and confrontational approach, appeared visibly agitated throughout the meeting. He repeatedly interrupted President Zelenskyy, dismissing his concerns and making demands that struck many observers as unreasonable. President Trump's behavior during the meeting sparked widespread condemnation, with many commentators characterizing it as bullying and disrespectful. The incident raised serious questions about the Trump administration's commitment to its allies and its ability to navigate complex geopolitical situations with tact and diplomacy. The meeting's fallout threatened to further strain relations between the United States and Ukraine, jeopardizing years of diplomatic efforts. President Trump's actions during the meeting with President Zelenskyy went beyond mere diplomatic faux pas. They signaled a potential shift in U.S. foreign policy, particularly regarding its stance on the conflict in eastern Ukraine. Trump's public berating of Zelenskyy and his dismissive attitude towards Ukraine's security concerns raised alarm bells in Kyiv and beyond. One of the most telling moments came when President Trump abruptly announced that a planned deal involving Ukrainian rare earth minerals would not be signed. This move was widely seen as a rebuke to Zelenskyy, who had been actively courting U.S. investment in Ukraine's economy. The cancellation of the deal suggested a waning interest in supporting Ukraine's economic development, a key element of the U.S. strategy to counter Russian influence in the region. Furthermore, President Trump's repeated refusal to acknowledge Russia's role in the conflict, despite overwhelming evidence, fueled speculation about a potential softening of the U.S. stance towards Moscow. His administration's reluctance to impose further sanctions on Russia and the whispers of ending military aid to Ukraine only added to the growing unease among U.S. allies in Europe. Trump's actions during the meeting appeared to prioritize his personal political agenda over long-standing U.S. foreign policy objectives. His approach risked alienating a key ally in a strategically important region while emboldening Russia, a move that many experts warned could have far-reaching consequences for global security. Despite the humiliation he faced at the hands of President Trump, President Zelenskyy maintained a stoic demeanor throughout the meeting. While acknowledging that the interaction was not good, he expressed hope that the relationship between the two countries would not be solely defined by this single encounter. Zelenskyy, a former comedian who rose to prominence for his portrayal of a fictional president battling corruption, found himself navigating a real-life geopolitical drama. In the aftermath of the meeting, Zelenskyy embarked on a diplomatic offensive, seeking to reassure his international partners and shore up support for Ukraine. He gave a series of interviews, including a notable appearance on Fox News, where he directly appealed to the American people, emphasizing the shared values and interests between the United States and Ukraine. Zelenskyy reiterated his desire for a deal involving rare earth minerals, emphasizing the potential economic benefits for both countries. He argued that such a deal would not only boost Ukraine's economy, but also reduce Western reliance on China for these critical resources. Moreover, he stressed the importance of continued U.S. security assistance to Ukraine, arguing that it was crucial to deterring further Russian aggression. Despite the setback, Zelenskyy remained determined to salvage the relationship with the United States. He understood that Ukraine's future, to a large extent, depended on maintaining the support of its Western allies, particularly the United States. His efforts to mend fences and secure continued assistance were a testament to his resilience and his commitment to safeguarding his nation's interests. The fallout from the Trump-Zelenskyy meeting reverberated through Washington, exposing the deep divisions within the Republican Party itself. While many Republicans remained silent or even defended President Trump's actions, Senator Lisa Murkowski of Alaska emerged as a vocal critic. Her condemnation of the president's behavior was a significant development, signaling a potential crack in the GOP's usually united front. Senator Murkowski, known for her independent streak and her willingness to break with her party on matters of principle, did not mince words. She issued a scathing statement denouncing President Trump's treatment of President Zelenskyy as appalling and unbecoming of the office he holds. She went on to criticize the administration's broader foreign policy, expressing deep concern over its apparent shift away from traditional allies and its embrace of authoritarian leaders like Vladimir Putin. The president's actions are deeply troubling, Senator Murkowski stated. His disdain for our allies and his cozying up to dictators like Putin undermines our national security and diminishes our standing in the world. Murkowski's criticism was particularly notable, given her position within the Republican Party. As a senior senator from a state with strong ties to the military, her voice carried considerable weight. Her willingness to publicly rebuke the president on such a high-profile issue suggested that the GOP's internal divisions over foreign policy were widening.